Welcome back to another episode of the Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. P, we got another one.
Man, we got a classic one. We got a classic one, man.
Boston's own, a real hoop legend. Out here in the game, man, planting a lot of seeds for cats, mentor a lot of cats, and really just coming from the South Boston area, the Point, man, and taking basketball all around the country, man. His basketball journey is something that we're gonna really lock into, man. I just want to welcome, Dorchester's own, South Boston's own, Point's own, our own, Columbia Point, three-time.
The projects would kill me if you got to get that right.
I got to get it right. You're right. You're right. The Point's own hoop legend, three-time high school state basketball champion at the Charlestown High School. Went on some amazing journey at Ohio University. Just a hoop legend out there, man. I want to welcome Tony Chapman to the podcast, P. What's good, T?
What's going on, King, man?
What's good, man? Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all having me, man. Appreciate it.
Nah, but I want to keep it there, T. Your Point's own, like you said, Columbia Point. If people don't understand that, if you grew up in the era in the mid '90s, early 2000, and when the Point was the Point. You know what I mean? It was the Point. I mean, if those don't know, the Point was the point there in that time growing up. And I want you to describe that time and who put that ball in your hand.
That time, it was a good time. Well, who put the ball in my hand? Basically, the projects, like my projects. You know what I mean? Like everyone out there playing ball. So you're gonna do what you see the older dudes doing. So that's basically where it came from. And your moms and them seeing you out of trouble. All right, they outside playing basketball, man. Go ahead.
Right.
So basically the projects. No in particular, just my whole project.
Right.
But my cousin Shannon Bowman, he went to Fairfield University, Division I. So that also was in my house. So I also had him to look at as a role model too. So, but mostly the projects.
Word. That's super dope, man. I mean, I think at an early age, a lot of us coming from, whether you're from the Point, whether you're from,
wherever you from,
Mattapan, Ruggles, all that stuff, man. South End, sports was it.
Basketball was heavy at that time. Like,
talk about
it. Go to every neighborhood, they got some dogs that can get it in. So basketball was real heavy at that time.
Right.
Like how everyone raps now. That's how it was basketball when I was growing up. Like everyone was playing ball.
That's how you saw it.
Everyone. So
that's how you settle up. Hey, this is where I'm from. I'm putting on. I mean, it's almost a badge of honor.
That's how you put on. Yeah.
All right, man. T. So I know we starting off the top, man. We coming in hot. This is what we do. We talk a little shit, but we also drop some gems, man. So tell us, man, who you gave that work to? Who's ass you bust, man? Let's get it. You know what I mean? We can be putting it on wax.
It's kind of like, because it's like in high school, I've been a starter since we went to the States my freshman year. So when we was in the States, I've been a starter since the end of my freshman year, and my whole high school career, I was a starter. So point guards I was going against, I might go against a point guard who's a senior. All right, so he's going the next year. I might get, so it really wasn't no consistent rival I can get. It really wasn't no one I could really get a rival with, but it's crazy.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's just crazy. It's crazy because I did a lot of dudes dirty. So I really got beef with teams. Like South Boston and Eastie, I hate them.
So I'll make it easy for you. I'll make it easy for you, T.
Every time we played them, like I took that personal.
You went to work.
Yeah, because the South Boston, that's the Point High School. Everyone from my hood goes there. So dudes from my hood, they coming back to the hood. Yo, when you go get such and such, man, dudes gonna bust your ass. So that used to rouse me up. And Eastie just always been a rival. And then when Will went there, me and Will always went at it. So
But you play your best games against him?
Yeah, right.
We had a few. We had a few good. Yeah, me and Will I had a few good games with Will. Me and Will. I remember in prep school when Will was at Notre Dame. I was at New Hampton. I had 28 in the first half. You know what I mean? 28 in the first half.
Yeah.
So
was he guarding you? Was Will guarding you? He got that work.
It was now the dude Gary Irving. Is another dude,
Tell
Gary
the truth,
Irving.
T.
Now listen, now it was a dude Gary. Listen, him and Will both was sticking me because they was both the guards. He got some of that shit too. They both was sticking me. They both was sticking me. They both
you was being humble about it.
Now the dude Gary Irving is crazy because dude Gary Irving was nasty. He was from New York. He's from Brooklyn. He went to Mississippi State, so he was nasty too.
Lit.
So, you know? But now me and Will always been at it. Me and Will from street ball to high school, that was always that was the rock.
Right.
When did you decide, you know, at an early age or like whenever a part of your journey, when did you decide like, yo, all right, basketball is it. I want to be a good, not only do I want to be good, I want to be valuable, I want to be great. And like, how did you start going about that once you made that decision?
I knew that when I was in middle school. Because I was like growing up in the point, you gotta be, man. And everyone that I played against from my hood, they was older than me. Like I'm the youngest dude in my era. So everyone I played against older than me. So coming outside, this was it. You gonna play. If you playing, you want to be the best. You ain't. I'm not trying to come off the bench.
Nothing like that. Right.
None of that. I'm trying to be the one. Like you gotta have that attitude, right? You gotta have that attitude. If you don't have that attitude, you shouldn't play sports.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to be the best. Like I'm not doing anything in life that I don't want to be the best in.
Right.
That's anything. So I knew that since younger. Like, because if you lose, yo, it used to be so hard, man. I remember one time my freshman year, I'm coming off the bench. Jack didn't give me no burn. He didn't give me no burn this time. Like I didn't get no minute. It's my cousin from my hood, another older dude from my hood, and my other cousin. These niggas on the top of the bench cussing me out. You ain't getting in. You ain't getting in. So stuff like that motivates you. Like, man, I never want to go through this again where they come into the games and I'm not getting in. Like, that motivates you. So you go hard.
Right.
And you want to find every little thing to motivate. Any little thing. Back then, any little thing motivated me. Especially playing basketball. Anything motivated me.
Jeez. Who was in front of you? Like, who was,
Oh, my man, Ro Kendo. My man, Ro was in front of me.
Right.
My man, Ro was in front of me.
So
and
talk about that, man. It was like, how'd you get to C-Town? I think everyone wants to know this, man.
Right.
I got the seat down through him because he was at Charlestown. We had an ADSL game. We had an ADSL game up UMass. He's like, because Charlestown, you have practice on Sundays too. So he's like, yo, come to practice with me. I'm like, all right, we go. So I went to practice with him. I'm shooting around with Jack O'Brien. And, you know, he sees one thing about his basketball IQ, he knows he
talents.
Like he's not even talent. If you just got he can turn someone who's a average player to a star. His IQ, like that's the best coach I ever had. Like his IQ is crazy. He can see one little thing in you and gonna turn you into a star. Like Rashid, my man Rashid. He was the center in middle school because he always been 6'4". He was our center in middle school. He
so you guys went to middle school together?
Yeah, man. She went to the Gatlin together. Me, she, and Sticks.
Oh, wow.
Sticks was younger than us. Sticks was a grade younger than us.
Wow.
Sticks was a grade younger than us.
That's a slaughter team. That's a slaughter team in middle school?
You gotta understand, motherfuckers wasn't that good then. Like, you know what I mean? She was good. Sticks was okay. Like, I was probably the best one in middle school. Like, but they both were just tall as hell.
Right.
And it came to the point where, look, Rashid Al-Khalim went to Florida.
Right.
You know what I mean? He became probably the best shooter in the state. Once he finished, he was probably the best shooter in New England.
I mean, it was an assassin.
He was a center in middle school, and Jack turned him into he was a two guard when he finished high school.
Right.
That's
crazy. I mean, he was bigger than everybody. So, you know.
Right. So talk about it, man. I mean, I think, you know, you're not the first one to sing Jack's praises in terms of his just basketball IQ, his mentality, right, man. So like, bring us into the life, the culture of C-Town basketball and how, you know, it molded you, how it pushed you, how it made you the player who you were.
Every day was a war. Every day, Charlestown practice was a war. There's no fouls in our practice. No foul. And everyone's good. And one thing about Jack, he's gonna play the best players. He don't care. He's gonna play the best players. And that's just what it is. If you play him, he's playing the best players. If you prove that in practice, you're playing. And that's just it. And every day was practice was more tough than the games.
You know, and that's not the first time that we hear that. Everybody that came on the show said that practice was war. Like when y'all got to game mode, it was easy to y'all.
Games is easy. We couldn't wait for games because it's easy. Like to get not easy, like, but it was easy.
Yeah.
Right.
After my sophomore year, I can honestly say it was like, all right, especially once we won our first state championship, our swagger coming back that next year was through the roof.
Mm.
Through the roof, and we going hard.
Y'all was locked in.
But the swagger with playing going hard,
right?
It's impossible. We knew we was gonna win, but we also going for it. Like we also ain't taking no days off, and we know we're gonna win.
Right.
But we ain't taking it for granted either.
Mm.
We ain't taking it for granted either. So that's what made us. That's what made it so special.
Did you see your growth? Like,
that's what made.
Were you able to see your growth, like from your sophomore year to your junior year?
Yeah,
and your senior year, like okay.
Definitely. Oh yeah, definitely.
So what did you do that, like you talked about the story when your freshman year, when you had people from the neighborhood, you know, talking, saying you're not getting in the game. What did you do, or what did you work on that summer to come in and take that starting point guard your sophomore year? Like what?
No, I took it that same year, my freshman year.
That same year?
I started in the States.
Oh, as a
in the
freshman.
state tournament, I started. My freshman year in the state tournament, I started.
So I
took the starting point guard spot in the States of my freshman year. Like that, it was just an embarrassment. It's just I was just like, yo, I'm going hard.
So like, after that game, that's when you locked in.
No, I was locked in through that whole season, but just an embarrassment. So now I'm just staying after practice, getting the reps in. Jack seeing that, and Jack's one of those. I see him. He put in the work. He's gonna do the right thing. If you put in that work and you producing, you're gonna play. He don't care if it was a senior to a freshman. Like Ro Kendall was a junior. He's gonna play. Like he gonna play. That's just what it is. And that's one thing I respect about him. And that's why all his players go hard. Because he know he's gonna give you a fair shot. You're gonna get a fair shot. It ain't gonna be about he's a senior or no, you're gonna get a fair shot. Right. If you better than him, you're gonna play.
Jeez. What were some of the challenges, man? In terms of not only playing for Jack, but you guys were just playing all year round. Like you guys didn't really take off. There really was no off season like in y'all's program. So whether you was balling in the summer, whether you was balling, early in the mornings at He-Town, like
even going to camp.
Crazy it used to be. We won the state championship. Jack would be like, man, take 2 weeks off and get back to it.
That's crazy.
Take 2 weeks off, rest your body for 2 weeks. Now you right back to it.
Like it was nothing.
You know how many kids would be big-headed, winning state championships, and then 2 weeks, get right back. Because back now, if you don't go hard, your spot might be taken.
That's crazy.
Your spot you might come back, think you was in that spot would be. I done seen it. I've seen it.
So come back. So it was no guarantee.
And the spot was gone.
Right. So it was no guarantees.
No, hell no. It's no guarantees at Charles Center. You got to work for everything. There's no guarantees. You have to work for everything. Yes. You got to work for everything. No guarantees. Me and Rashid was all scholastics. Like we're the first all scholastics, all dream teamers. He'll tell us. He'll tell us. We'll sit you right out.
Right.
Tell us in a heartbeat. And me and him we're the all scholastics. We're the dream teamers.
So as leaders of the team, like going into the offseason or going to the next season, were you guys like telling Jack like, yo, or Zach or anyone on the staff like, hey, this player is at the Edwards, he's at the King, he's at the Dearborn. Go check him out. Like, were you actively talking about players like to bring in or not?
Truthfully, I was so locked into my craft, I didn't have time for that. Like kids around my neighborhood that I would see good because I'm in the neighborhood, I'd be like, all right, cool. But I was so locked in, I wasn't going to too many, you know what I mean?
Right.
I was, because I'm playing all the time. I didn't have time for that.
Right.
I didn't have time for that. But certain kids in my neighborhood, son, I'm like, yo, yeah, dude's tough. Go, you need to go check him out.
Right.
That we was locked into our crowd. We also chasing our dream too. So you know what I mean?
So after the first one, now you're chasing the second one, man, and now like you're almost like a coach on the floor. Like you know what Jack's thinking, so like you know what this is supposed to look like, how it's supposed to be done. Like was that immense pressure for you, or in like just going forward? Like how did you get the guys ready? Like yo, every game we gotta lock in. Like there's no days off here.
But that right there's in my DNA. Like
got it.
That's just so. And Jack saw that in me. That's just in my DNA. That's just how I always been.
Mm-hmm.
People on the team will tell you, like, I'm coming in, we balling. Like, we're not playing around. Right. I'm not on the court to lose. Right. So me being a point guard, I gotta have that. I gotta know everyone's personality. There might be someone I can't yell at. I might have to always encourage him, big him up. It's a guy like Elray, where God rest his soul, Elray Taylor. If I yell at him, he plays better.
Right.
So I mean, so you got to know everyone's personality, especially being on our team, being a point guard with all these players. That's good. You got to know everyone's personality.
Thanks.
So, and Jack saw that in me. He saw I can recognize that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Being a point guard, and you have to recognize that. Yeah. So Jack would be getting on someone one day. I got to go over there, big him up.
Right.
Be the good guy.
Right.
Jack's bigging someone up so much in practice right now. I'm gonna be the bad cop. Like he's killing. No, he suck. I'm gonna be the bad cop.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's how
keep him hungry.
That's how it went.
And that's super dope because it's like D just alluded. He said keep him hungry. You know what I'm saying? And I think like with that mentality and you being a point guard. And those teams that you was a point guard of with so much talent, you know what I'm saying? You had to be that player. You had to be that player that kept everybody humble. And it's like, it's so crazy because cats that seen you play, because I seen you play, it helped. I seen the swagger. I seen you playing with swagger. I seen you playing with, because you knew who was around you. I mean, and all the wars that you guys had during practice, it was like, all right, it's game time. I know how. I gotta feed Rasheed early. Get him off. Feed Horse in the paint. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you out of all the point guards that I've seen in Charlestown, did it with so much ease. And I don't think you don't win 3 if you didn't point guard the way you point guard for those 3 championships.
Yeah, but also we have good coaching, man. Good coaching.
Right.
And I had good teammates that let me have that roles too. So it ain't just me either. It's them too. Because they have the belief in me.
Thanks.
Jack used to always say, man, we got a Ferrari. He's the only one with the keys.
Yeesh.
So he gave me that, so that, you know, and he used to say that in front of the whole team. So the team's like, so they, all right, if coach believing in him, we gotta believe in him. If coach believing in him. And that's how it's vice versa.
Jeez.
There's been times I have bad games, Jack cussing me out, my teammates building me up. Like it's been bad practices, Jack's on me and they building me up. So it's vice versa. With a good team, it goes vice versa.
Right. So talk about those games when you was down, like who was in your ear, like T-Chat, let's get it. Like who was in your ear, who bigged you up, and how'd you overcome, that adversity? Because
truthfully, it would be like Zach, the assistant coach Zach. That's like that. Me and him's not even like coach and player. We like friends. Like we have like friend conversations. Like we used to argue about Jay-Z and Nas. That's how close me and him like used to be. So it was more friend with me, like me and him. Like so it'd be Zach. Zach be like, you're bullshitting. You're both come on. Like he's the one. Once he told me that, and then it'd be like, then it's on. But it wasn't too many games like that though. So
yeah,
it wasn't. We was smoking everybody. Everyone know that. It was crazy. That Charlestown run was crazy.
Did you imagine yourself, getting to the point where like you were like in the midst of all the success? Did you like think like, damn, how did I get here? Like when you were in that moment, winning 2 championships, winning 3, being all scholastic, really having the key.
Now you just know what it is. You ain't dwelling on it because you living it. like when like once it was all over with, once I was like, oh, then you start thinking about it. But when you in it, you in it. You're like, yeah, I'm supposed to be this.
Right. Right.
You're like, I work my ass off every day. I'm supposed to be dream team or all scholastic. I'm supposed to do this.
Right.
But when you accomplish it, then you finally think back, like, whoa, shit.
Right.
That's
What was your mindset going into your last game?
Too many people. As a starter, my record's 79-2. As a starter.
Talk that shit.
As a starter, I'm 79-2.
Talk that shit.
My whole high school career, I lost 8 games. In 4 years, I lost 8 games, and I lost 6 my freshman year.
That's crazy.
Damn,
So it's like,
that's lit. That's crazy. Like, there's not many people across the country, or just in the history of basketball, man. It's like this. I think Michael Jordan has a book called Rare Air, and that's exactly where you at, bro. Rare air, man. So like, I mean, I know you don't take that for granted, man. So like, when you were coming into your last game, that like your senior year, the last game, you know, how are you looking at like, yo, this is the end, and like, how are you looking at next steps of recruiting and all that stuff?
I was last game. I was locked in. Like, we gotta get this chip. Like, I'm not. 1-2. This is your senior year. You can't lose on your senior year. Like, this is
right.
So I was locked in. I wasn't even thinking about it. Like, I went to prep school after Charlestown. Like, I had a whole bunch of D1 offers, but there was ones I didn't like. So I went to prep school after Charlestown. So I was just locked in. That last game was like, man, I'm not trying to, hell no.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't even worrying about all that other stuff. I'm not, I'll worry about that after the fact.
Right.
So the game ends, man. You know, now you're thinking about college, the next step in prep school and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, I went to prep. I went to New Hampton Prep for a year.
Okay.
Went to New Hampton Prep for a year, which was good. You playing against everyone.
Who'd you play against?
So too.
How was that experience, and who'd you play against?
Oh, that's when Will was at Notre Dame. You had dudes like Curtis Stinson. He went to Iowa State with Will. He was at there was so many players. It was crazy. That New England Prep League, it was all types of talent. Everyone. I put it like this: everyone on my team, the top 7 players on my team went Division I. Top 7 players on my prep school went Division I. So and that was like every team.
Right.
That New England Prep, like Booster Academy, all them teams.
When you went there, did you feel like you were prepared? Like, did you go in there and ball?
Yeah. I was definitely prepared.
Right.
I was definitely prepared. I played too much. I played AAU, all that. Played against everybody. So I played against everybody. So I was prepared.
So you was just ready. You was on go mode.
Yeah, I was definitely prepared. You gotta understand, like AAU, I'm playing against Chris Paul. I'm playing against Shannon Brown. We played against Luol Deng, Al Jefferson. Like, playing against everybody. So definitely was. That's why too much in the state, I was worried about dudes nationally.
Yeah.
Like, dude nationally. I wasn't, like, it was one game I remember when we played against dude Elijah Ingram. He went to St. John's. He was a McDonald's All-American. Gave him 35. He played on Tim Thomas players. So those are the type of,
out of Jersey, right?
Out of Jersey. That. Like, you could ask Will, Stevie, like that's what we was worried about.
Right.
We were worried about dudes that nationally, that's what we were seeing AAU.
Right.
Jeez. So back then, how was y'all keeping track? Because I know it's easy now with social
Sports
media.
and Smith. Street and Smith. I'm saying Sports and Smith. Street and Smith. Used to look up the Street and Smith, see the dude's name. Yeah. That's how you kept track with all that.
Right.
Street and Smith.
Jeez.
Then we know we on tournaments. We was going, like, we grew up with a lot of these dudes too. So we know. Then we go. Certain people go to the top 100 camp. Certain people go to Nike camp, Adidas camp. So you seeing these players.
Yeah.
Right.
What camps did you go to?
I went to the top 100 camp. I went to 5-star, and I went to the Adidas East Coast. The top 100 East Coast Adidas.
Share with all the young people, man. How do you get to these camps, and when you get there, what do you got to do? Like, how do you stand out, man?
You get you get to them camps by performing AAU.
Right.
And your name being out there high school, you get invited. Them certain camps you only can get invited to.
Right.
Yeah, so you got to get invited to those.
And
I got invited.
And it's like, you know, did you ever envision that, you know, back then dribbling that ball in the point that you'll get to that basketball that you're dribbling is going to get you across the world like it did?
I saw it though already in my house with my cousin Shannon Bowman. Like my grandmother raised us. So he went to Fairfield University, Division I. So I seen it. So to me, it's like, it's not that hard because I seen someone in my house do it.
Right, right.
It's just, you got to put in that work and you can, that's all it is, put in that work.
That's super lit, man.
Facts. All time favorite teammate, whether it's at, you know, because I mean, basketball brings you so many brothers and coaches.
Can I say two?
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Can I say two?
You can say how many you want, man.
No,
but,
you said my all-time.
Yeah, all-time favorite teammate, whether it's at C-Town.
I got one from my hood, and I got
Prep,
one in Charlestown.
AAU prep.
My hood, Joe Benson.
Joe Benson.
My favorite teammate in my hood. In Charlestown, Rashid Al-Khalim.
All right.
That's a lot of winning. Both of y'all, man. That's a lot of winning.
I got another one for you, man.
That's how me and she used to straight see each other in the morning in school. Either he say it or I'll say it. We'll say best backcourt in America. Every time, the first time we see each other, either he'll say it or I'll say it. We're like, we're the best backcourt in America.
Damn. I mean, that's lit. I mean, that's a true
That's
brother,
how we
man.
That's how much we was on it. Like that's how much we had much confidence in each other. That's how much we was on it. Like,
right.
So we're the best backcourt in America.
How important was that for you, man? Like, in terms of like the brother that you built over the years, you know, through all the different teams, but just how important was brotherhood for you?
Very important. You still have that friendship to this day.
Right.
Still have that friendship to this day. Very important. Because, you know, being on basketball teams, you like family.
Right.
When you go to college, like when I went to college, like it just be the basketball team hanging out. We didn't hang out with no one else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Every school I went, we didn't hang out with no one else. We just hung with each other. So that's definitely very important.
That was the same thing that at C-Town, right? You guys practice 4 or 5 hours after school, before school. I mean, on the weekends and all that.
We have study hall like for 2 hours, and then we have practice for 2 hours.
Right.
It was crazy.
Now, the one thing that, you know, I always like about the C-Town basketball team, y'all always held each other accountable.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's one thing that, you know, we had Tony Lee on here, and I had me and Tony Lee graduated the same year, and I played baseball in Charleston. I wasn't even on the basketball team, and the way that he used to be in the hallways, grab me and stick like, yo, let's go to class, and it's like, to the outside world that didn't go to Charlestown, the rumor was like, oh, these Charlestown cats, they don't do their homework, they get passing grades. But I seen y'all guys on, like you said, study hall. You guys held each other accountable. You guys were on some, yo, we're gonna get these books, because if we get the grades, ain't nobody beating us on the court.
Yeah,
ain't nobody beating us on the court. And that's something that I loved about y'all basketball team, because y'all all held each other accountable. You know
definitely did. Definitely. I can't respond to that. You hit it 100%. We all did.
And that's dope, because like, if y'all didn't have that accountability on that team, y'all wouldn't have the reign that you guys had.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You guys just put in everybody from.
But that starts from Jack. That starts from Jack. You got a good leader. It just follows. It trickles down. It starts from Jack. When he's giving everyone a fair shot, and he's telling you, if you do this, you do that, you're gonna be able to play. And it starts from him.
Right.
That starts from him.
So, I mean, I know P hinted at, you know, accountability, how big that was for, you know, the whole culture, man. I think what's going to be important for the younger guys that are watching this now, man, we want to know, what did you have to sacrifice for those 3 championships? What did you have to sacrifice to get to prep school? What did you have to sacrifice to get to OU and be 2 years on that level? What did you have to give up in order to fulfill your dream?
You guys sacrifice a lot. I've been times Even times I got home from practice, I'll get to the house, eat, and I'll just fall asleep right on the couch. Like forget to get in the shower and all that because I'm so tired.
Right.
Gotta wake up in the morning now. I'm like, oh shit. You wake up at 4 in the morning, like, oh damn, you done slept your whole, you forget you fell asleep because you were so tired.
Right.
So you sacrifice a lot. Sacrifice a lot.
And it's like growing up, right? Growing up in your neighborhood is like, because we grew up in, Lenox, and it's like it's a family, and then I'm on the point, it's a family. So what you're sacrificing is friendship and hanging out and all that stuff. Because it's like a lot of people don't see your journey. I mean, they're around you, they see you.
You gotta understand, in Charlestown, we did high school, but we like on a college schedule.
Right.
Like we got a study hall, we like on a college schedule. So we 15, 16, 17 going through that.
Right.
So that's why we didn't, I don't know, Jack's program, man, he just not a runner program, man. It's hard. Some things are just hard to explain with that because it's like
you had to be in it to
it's like you had to be like you have to really like feel it. Like you have to have the fit, like you have to really feel it to understand it. Like there been times I done seen we got this thing called bricks.
Ooh, I heard of the bricks.
Yo, I done seen dudes quit off this. I done seen dudes quit. Jack was saying, man, you got 30 bricks. Dudes are like, I done seen dudes have to do bricks for the whole practice. But it's like, if you're gonna let your brothers down, that's what's gonna separate. Are you gonna let your brothers down?
Right.
So that's why it's certain things that be like, yo, why he doing that? Why? But it's like, it's a lesson to everything. It's a lesson to everything he was doing. It was a lesson to everything.
Yeah,
and I picked that up early.
There's a method to the madness.
I picked that up early, so he know that's why he gave me certain responsibilities because I recognized that early.
Right.
So as a player, were you like when you were, going to prep school or trying to choose the college that you was going to play at? What were you looking for in a coach or in the staff to help you, not only help you develop, but to help you like, yo, I want to be comfortable here?
What I was looking for is basically, if they're gonna let me run the show, basically, like if you're gonna give me the ball and let me be the point guard that I am, that's basically what I was looking for. Is you just gonna let me be the point because you're recruiting me, so you know what I do.
Right.
So you're gonna let me do this here at your program. That's the whole thing. Because I've been playing the same way since I was a sophomore. My IQ got better and I just crafted my abilities better. But I've been playing that same way.
Yeah.
Right.
So and y'all been watching me since I was a sophomore. So you know what you're getting, but if you're gonna let me do this here.
Right.
That's all I was looking for.
So how was it? So when you had a great year at prep, you get to OU, how'd that pop off? Like immediately, like the competition.
It popped up good. I went to prep school, then I went to Monroe Community College for a year.
Okay.
I went there for a year. I signed to Ohio early. I signed to Ohio like in October as soon as I got there. Because I was just tired of all the recruiting shit. So I'm like, let me just get this out the way. So I went there. I ended up getting New York JUCO Player of the Year. Then I went to Ohio. And then I want to say the middle of the season, then I started starting. And I was the starting point guard in the middle of the season.
What division are you in? What is it?
Division 1. That's D1.
Now what
Ohio
conference?
University is D1.
What conference?
On the map.
MAC.
Okay.
Yeah.
MAC. Okay. Yeah, man. So I mean, you do your 2 years there. I mean, you have a good career there, man. So how are you at that point? How are you looking at basketball, and what are you envisioning for your future in terms of ball? Like, how are you approaching the next step after that in terms of coming up for the draft?
After that once that was over, I was just basically not tired of ball, but it was like, if it ain't, now I'm getting older. Now it's like, all right, come on. Like, if this ain't going to work, you got to figure something else out. So
Right.
once it was getting to that, it was like, all right, this ain't going to be what it's going to be. Now you can't keep dreaming. You know what I mean? You can't keep dreaming. You got to get into life.
Right. So any thought of going overseas or?
A little bit I did, but then because I ended up dropping out of Ohio. Me and the coach was going at it. I ended up dropping out. So
what happened? What happened with the coach? I know a lot of players go through that.
We was arguing a lot. Me and the coach was arguing a lot. Arguing. It was kind of my fault too because I'm coming from. It's like, all right, what? It's like I think I know it, but he want to run it away. So it's like we clash. So it was just, I'm like, no, I can't do it. Then I'm all the way in Ohio.
Right.
By myself. Ain't 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
and that's big. And that's big because it's like, was that your first time being, because obviously you went to different tournaments and you guys like spent the weekend and all that stuff. So now you're coming from the inner city to being in Ohio. I mean, it's not
everything's slow.
It's a different culture. It's different.
It's a whole different culture. Everything's slow. Hell yeah. And the team, our team, it was a lot of egos on our team. It was a lot of egos. Because, at that level, everyone's thinking pro.
Right.
So everyone's trying to do them. Ain't no one trying to fit into no team system. Everyone's trying to do them.
Right.
Ain't no one thinking, so I'm like, yeah, it was enough.
And then that's different from the culture that you're coming from. You're coming from a culture that, everybody is a unit. You know what I mean? Everybody's
if we win, we all get looked. So
right.
That's it. Coming from that, where it's like, yo, all we gotta do is win.
Right.
The more we win, the more each player gonna get seen.
Right.
But everyone come from, when you in the college, everyone come from different. 9 times out of 10 in college, it's a dude coming in who's the man.
Right. In high school.
Yeah. Where they from.
Right.
So he's coming in like how I'm coming in. That's how everyone's coming in.
Give me the ball.
That's how everyone's coming in. So it's the 3 men on my team, the 2 men on my team. He used to bringing the ball up, doing his thing because everyone's nice. Division 1 level, everyone's nice.
How was that grind? How was that schedule? Like that D1 schedule? Like once you got there, the study hall, the workouts, the traveling, just being on the go all the time. How was that
tough.
grind?
It's definitely tough because we can be playing Northern Illinois, and let's say we playing Northern Illinois on a Tuesday night. I got class at 8 in the morning back in Ohio on Wednesday, 8 in the morning. So we got to fly back, and then it's definitely
be a student the next morning.
I definitely gotta be a student the next day. So it's definitely. Then you got practice. You got practice all after that.
Right. I mean, so
it's a commitment.
It's not easy. It's one of those situations. Like again,
you just gotta. That's why you just gotta want it. If you want it, you want to go get it. Go get it.
Right.
Go get it. If you want it, go get it. That's my advice to all the young kids. If you want it, go get it. It's not. If you put in the work, it's not hard.
Right.
Put in the work, it's not hard. I used to, like I tell younger dudes now. I tell them, fall in love of the process. Fall in love with fall in love with working out. Fall in love with that. Don't fall in love with the games. Fall in love with working on your craft. Then everything else gonna play and play.
Right. That's big.
Ladies and gentlemen, you only get that here on the Talking Shit Sports Podcast. We got 3-time high school state champion, man, really dropping gems and really locking in with us, man. So right now, what I want to get your insight on is, I don't know if you're following basketball here in the city, in the state of Massachusetts. Where is the game now? Here in the city with the young cats, and how can we help elevate the game here in the city and get guys back to us producing more D1s and more guys really making a push for the league.
So truthfully, we got some good ones. It's just that they're not playing in the city. They all go to prep school.
Right.
You know what I mean? They all go to prep school. Look, God rest his soul, Terrence Clark, he's about to be the best ever from here.
Right.
In my opinion, he's about to be the best ever from here. So we got some good ones. It's just that they're not playing in the city no more.
Right.
Which is, they're all the competitions at the prep schools now. So, it just ain't in the city no more.
Right. I mean, because back then when you played, you had dogs on every school.
Every school.
Every school had a dog.
It was in the competition was in the city. It wasn't in the prep schools. It was in the city. It was in the schools. So, you know, times just changed. But we got good ones. We just don't see them too much in the city.
Right.
Word. No, that's lit, man. T, man, you know, thank you, man. I think we covered a lot, man. We definitely want to transition to more like up-to-date stuff, man, like NBA, college basketball, that stuff, man. You know, I definitely want to get your insight on who, you know, now that Giannis, you know, he dropped the 50 ball, got his championship, you know what I mean? Chris Paul's looking a little old. And I mean, now you got Braun and them coming back. You got the Nets loading up. Who's your dog? Who you got in the fight, man? Who's going to win the championship next year?
I'm a Lakers, so I'm a Lakers.
Come on.
Talk your shit. What's up with it?
I definitely go with the Lake show.
Yeah. Well, all the vets, they ain't got no young guys. The only young guys they got is Monk and Nunn.
Hey, I'll take that.
And Porter.
I mean,
I'll take that. I'll take experience all day.
Right. I mean, I think that team. I don't want to call them a sleeper because they got so much talent.
But you know, Brooklyn, man.
That's my team. That's my team, man.
Yo, Brooklyn's going, and I'm a Lakers fan, but I gotta keep Brooklyn's going to be hard. If they stay healthy, it's going to be hard.
If they stay healthy, it's going to be scary for the NBA.
And that Paul Millsap was a good pickup for them.
Paul Millsap.
So why was that a good pickup?
Veteran pickup. That was a good veteran.
So talk about it.
Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge coming back as well.
But we don't know what he's going to be though.
True.
We don't know what he's going to be.
Hopefully he was working out, but Paul Millsap, like you said, that veteran experience is going to definitely help.
Millsap's a dog. Millsap's a dog.
Yeah, very underrated player.
But they just got to stay healthy. If they stay healthy, they got three. That perimeter is crazy. It's like, who you going to double off?
Right.
Right.
All right.
Who you going to double off? It's like you got to pick your poison. It's kind of going to be. It's like Golden State when they had the three perimeter.
Right.
You have to pick your poison. And look how they did the NBA.
Yeah. How you feel about them coming out this year in terms of Clay's coming back? Steph had an MVP year. I mean,
if Clay
Wiseman's gonna be good.
If Clay's Clay, they're gonna be tough. They definitely gonna be tough. They definitely gonna be tough. They definitely gonna be tough. Still got the young man Wiseman. I want to see what Wiseman do this year.
Right.
This is an important year for him.
Right. I like the young boy that they just drafted, Kuminga, I believe.
Oh, okay, Kuminga from out of the G League. He's tough.
Yeah, from the G League.
But he kind of reminds me of like Wiggins. Him and Wiggins is kind of like the same player to me.
You think so?
Yeah.
But Wiggins developed though. He got consistent. He got consistent. I think he got up there and was like, yo, him getting to play this year with Steph and watch the routine.
Right.
Like just to watch how to prepare as a professional. I think he had a good, like he was mentioning a bunch of trades this offseason. But you know, I mean, Golden State was like, nah, like we got him coming off the bench in case Clay go down again.
Right.
Yeah.
He played some good defense too. He was guarding them perimeter.
Wiggins definitely be up.
Yeah, but the young boys, like you said, Wiseman, like I said, Kuminga, it's gonna be a big year for Wiseman, like you said, and Kuminga.
It's a big year for Wiseman.
Coming off the bench, I believe they'll use him. He's gonna be big. He's definitely gonna be big. But Golden State is gonna be another sleeper.
Yeah, man.
Golden State is gonna be a sleeper. But going back to the Lakers,
how are you sleeping on champions? You can't sleep on champions.
Right. I mean,
you definitely can't sleep on champions. So if anyone's sleeping on them, there's some fools. Who gonna sleep on Steph Curry?
That means
you blink, he's letting it rip.
Yeah, you just better not. That's a champion. You better not. And he's hungry.
Right.
Coming off a scoring time.
And that's scary. Man. That's scary. A hungry
Steph Curry. A hungry Steph. A hungry Draymond.
And a mad and Clay that, you know,
Draymond's a lot of people. Olympic gold medalist now. He's an Olympic gold medalist now.
Clay's thinking, yo, if I don't get injured against Toronto, we won.
Right.
So he's hungry. They all hungry. You sleep on them. You are some fools.
Yeah,
you can't sleep on them.
Clay's been off the court for 2 years. 2 years, back-to-back injuries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's crazy. It's gonna be a big year, man. But the NBA is gonna be I think the NBA is gonna be these last couple of years, the NBA hasn't disappointed. But you know, with all the injuries, I mean, obviously that kind of sucks. But hopefully everybody stays healthy. But I like I've been telling D, it might be the Lake Show in Brooklyn, man.
I don't see them. I don't see them meeting.
And the NBA will want that. You will definitely want New York and California. Look how much money you'll make.
Right.
Nah, I hear
You
you,
would
man.
definitely want New York. That's the most two marketed spots. And you got superstars there.
Right.
So you would definitely want that. You would definitely
Right.
want that.
What do you think? What do you think about that matchup? That matchup between Russ and and LeBron. Like, you think that mix would work?
But the matchup of who? The
LeBron and Russ.
Oh yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work because Russ, you got the point in your career right now. You want to win,
Right.
and you with LeBron. Like, you got to make this work. If you don't make this work with LeBron, you can forget it. You can forget it. You got to make this work with LeBron. You got to.
Facts. That's just it's going to happen, man. Like, I think these two. And
LeBron's at his career where he needs someone like Russ. LeBron can't. You know what I mean? He can't do it. He can't do it every 82 games like he used to.
Right.
You need someone like
especially
Russ.
not in the set. Not in the set.
They gonna need
LeBron
each
does
other.
not. I've been telling people like last couple years, he doesn't want to play in the set. Like, he can if he wants to, but like, if you want to get freaky, like, you want me to be athletic, you want me to be at my best, let's push. Russ is gonna push. 80 is gonna come down the middle. I mean, this allows him to be athletic.
And it's all on Anthony Davis, man. Anthony Davis, this is your year too. You got Anthony Davis got to play like Anthony Davis got to play like he's top 5 in the NBA this year.
Right.
He has flashes, but his body can't hold up, man.
But he got to get stronger. You just got to get stronger. You got to put more. He needed. See what LeBron do? LeBron spent $1 million on his body.
LeBron got
on the off season. LeBron spent $1 million on. They all got. You see the contracts they signed?
Right.
They all got the money right now.
Right.
You got to take care of your body.
So what are you doing, Anthony Davis? While LeBron is
what are you doing? Like, you got
36.
You see the blueprint in your
right
gym.
in front of you.
You see it right here.
Right in front of you.
What do I got to do? I got this trend. I eat this. I do. You got to take all those notes where it's like, I can't get hurt.
Right.
I can't because that's your numb.
Right.
Your legs got to get something. You got to work out. You got to get stronger because this is it. Right. You got to be top 5.
Right.
Just can't no one stop me.
That's facts, man. That's facts. So T-Man, I think as we're talking about LeBron, we're talking about these greats, man. It got me thinking, man. As a kid, before you got good, and afterwards when you start winning your championships, what players were you modeling your game after? What players were you looking up to and looking at in the league? Like, yo, damn, I'm taking this from this game. He did that. That's crazy. Like, who were you looking up to?
The dudes I looked up to, I looked up to a lot. Because I used to watch a lot of college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
In high school, I watched a lot of college basketball. But the 2 NBA dudes I looked up to was AI and Kobe. But I used to look up to a lot of college, like Khalid Al-Amin, Scooney Penn. Like, I looked up to a lot of college point guards. Like, I want to say dudes like Eric Barkley.
Right.
Jay Will at Duke, like Ed Cota, North Carolina. Because I watched a lot of college basketball. So,
what's your team in college?
I had no team in college. I used to just like players. I really had no team in college. But my dream school was UConn, though.
UConn?
That was my dream school. I wanted to go to UConn.
You got PA excited when you said North Carolina. That's why he asked the question.
I'm a North Carolina fan.
You saw his face light up.
Oh,
You
yeah?
said North Carolina. You said Echo, North Carolina.
I love my college
basketball. What was your school?
I love my college basketball.
I would have loved to play for North Carolina, too, because they play it in a system. It's a nice system North Carolina plays in. Dean Smith got a nice system.
Right.
That was a nice system.
There's a lot of young guys. I'm gonna throw these 3 names at you in the NBA, man. I just want to get your insight on what you think about them, their game now, and what their game could be. So I'm gonna start with Ja Morant. What do you think about him?
Oh, Ja's a monster. Ja's a monster. I like him a lot. Ja's a monster.
Okay.
If he develops a jump shot, it's gonna be scary for them.
He got one though. He just don't shoot it like how you see all the guards shooting it now. But he got one. You gotta respect that shot. You gotta respect that shot. He got one. You gotta respect it. It just ain't no get because you see in point guards now that can just it's unbelievable. Anyway. This is the best shooting that we ever seen. Like, this is unbelievable.
Right.
This is unbelievable right now. So So it's dudes like they'll try to say like Kyle Lowry ain't a consistent shooter, but he can. You're just looking at Steph's and the Dames and all them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Kyle Lowry can shoot.
Yeah, he's close to 40%.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Next one, I got Jason Tatum, man. What'd you think, man?
Tatum's nasty.
What's the ceiling for him?
Tatum, from now on, book him 27 a night. Tatum's nasty. Once he want to play defense, because you also got to play that side. That's what separates superstars.
Right.
That's what separates superstars. You got to play that other end. But once he figured that out,
yeah. I think this summer was
top 5.
I think this summer was
Tatum's
big for him,
top
man.
10 right now.
Top 10 right now? No,
Factuals.
I agree.
I think Tatum's top 10 right now to me.
I agree.
Tatum's top. Well, how old is Tatum? Tatum's what?
Tatum's
23.
Right.
23?
23.
He ain't even getting his prime yet. That's scary.
Yep. 23. Last one, man.
Yeah.
I want to get you because he has to get out of New Orleans. But Zion, how great can he be?
Thing I'm scared with Zion is like, because as I'm looking at him now, you don't see that much athleticism as you saw at Duke. So I'm wondering if something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like at Duke, that athleticism is crazy.
Off the charts. Right.
You don't see too much of that in me. I don't know if he trying to. I don't know what he's like. I don't know if he's hurting or he's like, you know what, I'm not trying, or he playing not to get hurt.
Right.
And that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to play not to get hurt. You want to just go all out. You got to play. You can't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I don't see if he's using his full ability. I don't, because I don't see the athleticism that we were seeing.
All right, T, man, we covered a lot, man. You know, one thing that we always ask our guests, man, is who is your greatest athlete of all time? You know, you got MJ, you got Kobe, Serena Williams, Woods, Mike Tyson, Deion Sanders, whoever, man, Muhammad Ali. Who's your greatest athlete of all time and why?
Hands down, Kobe.
My man.
Hands down,
Bean.
Kobe.
Bean.
Hands down, Kobe. Hands down, Kobe.
Why Kobe, man?
It's gonna be like, it's the obvious answer that everyone will always say, but it's really the truth. The mentality.
It's just different.
It's like he's gonna do whatever he gotta do. He's gonna do whatever he gotta do. He's not gonna let no one outwork him.
Right.
And for him to be that good, like he's already a champion, he's already all this, he's still not gonna let you outwork him.
That mentality was just different.
It's the man. That's all it is. Because you gotta think about it. Everyone that makes it, they all good.
Right.
It's your mentality now. Are you gonna put in them hours?
Right.
When you hear Kobe talk about he's doing fucking 10 hours a day in the gym,
it was
dudes ain't doing that. Ain't no one do. And you got the money. You got the money. Right. You got all this. Your mom's got the big house. Your pops got the car. You got all this now.
You already stand.
It's the mentality. That's what separates that. That mentality.
And every time we talk about Kobe, and I grew up an AI fan, and just hearing that story about AI when he landed in LA and he was about to play Kobe Bryant, he was like, yo, Kobe, I'm about to go to the club. What you about to do? And Kobe said, I'm going to the gym.
Going to the gym.
That's just different. And mind you, these are two guys that are in the peak of their careers. You know what I mean? AI is AI, Kobe's Kobe. And you would think that they'll be in the same path. Like AI's, all right, let's go to the gym. But that's what separated AI from
mentality.
It was that mentality. Because AI was a dog. AI was a dog on the court. But that mentality, it was just different.
The problem is, like, everyone makes the joke when AI was saying practice, but you think him to be that good, he ain't practicing?
Oh, he's
definitely practicing.
Right.
So, like, he's definitely practicing. He was just basically saying, judge me off what I do when the lights is on.
Right.
Because you don't win champion, you don't win games. You win games in practice, but this ain't what you say. Judge me for what I do here. So I was getting to what he was saying, but you think him to beat it, he never practiced.
Right.
That's all he basically was saying. But Kobe's mentality was just
big salute, man. You know, I'm a diehard Kobe fan, so I'm with you on that, big dog.
Kobe's ridiculous. Like you see him, like you see all these dudes take games off, and You think Kobe's doing that? Hell no.
Nah.
The thing is, though, he
Kobe
had
ain't taking
people
no
don't-
games off.
people forget he
gotta
had a
really
terrible
be hurt.
rookie season.
Gotta really
He had
be
a terrible
done.
rookie season, man. So for him to turn that terrible rookie season into the career he had,
That's what you gotta understand too. He's the first one that started guards that come straight out of high school.
Right.
So they wasn't giving him a fair shot.
He had to. It was
Wasn't
a
getting
hard
a fair
adjustment.
shot. They wasn't getting no fair shot.
Because he who's still on that team? I think Van Axel was still on that team. Eddie
And
Jordan was,
Eddie Jones. It was a
Nick,
few dudes. There was a few
guys.
dudes, but he
Byron
still wasn't
Scott.
giving no fair shot.
Byron Scott. Right.
Kobe wasn't getting no fair shot. It's just, they wasn't gonna give him that. They wasn't gonna
Right.
give him.
Because I think
He
that
just
wasn't
started
that
the trend.
right. Wasn't that the era where they didn't play a lot of rookies?
Yeah, they didn't play a lot of rookies, and you coming straight out of high school.
Right.
And you coming straight out of high school. You gotta understand it was still dudes in college were staying 3-4 years back then.
Right.
You know what I
It
mean?
was,
So
it was an old man league.
Yeah.
That 96 draft, that's what started like Sharif Abdul-Rahim. He was the first freshman to get drafted number 3.
Right.
Kobe was the first guard to get drafted out of high school. Marbury was the first freshman point guard to get drafted like in the top 5. So you know what I mean? That
Right.
draft changed a lot of stuff.
You're right. Because AI, he did 2 years in Georgia.
AI did 2 years. AI did 2 years.
Yeah.
Camby did 3. Ray
Right.
Allen did 3.
Right.
That was like the first draft where it was a lot of underclassmen coming up. So that's what that draft would kind of like change the game.
Right.
Facts. T, man, we covered a lot, man, and we appreciate you, dog. We salute you, man. And,
I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for having me, man. I had a good time, man. Y'all done brought back some good memories, man.
yeah, man. We always want you to come on here and talk your shit, man. So before we get out of here, man, what we want to do is we always ask everyone, man, because we have a lot of, coaches, players, current, former, whoever, man, is there any inspiration that you want to leave with the people tonight?
Yeah, basically to the kids who's chasing their dream, make sure, don't just have it a dream. You gotta also, don't just keep dreaming, you gotta make it a hustle. Don't turn your dream into a dream where you ain't hustling for it. Like,
right.
Because you gotta put in the work. You just can't lay in your bed and say, I pray to God, I hope I go. No. Don't, make sure you turn your dream into a hustle. And just stay focused. Just stay focused, man. That's it. Stay focused. If this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do, block all the outsiders out. This is what cool to me. I don't care what anyone said was not cool. This is what cool to me.
Right.
Just like we just said with AI and Kobe. AI, you going to the club. No, this is what cool to me.
Right.
Going to the club ain't cool to me. Working on my craft is cool to me. That's what it got to be. You got to just stay focused. That's what you want. That's what you got to do.
Right.
Factuals. What you got, P?
Now I'm gonna piggyback what T said earlier. He said fall in love with the process, man.
Yeah, you got that. You have to.
Don't just think that everything's gonna fall in your lap. You really gotta hustle. You really gotta fall in love with it. Fall in love with the practice. Fall in love with what your losses. Fall in love with the grind, because that's what.
One thing not to cut you off. One thing Zach told me, like, yo, just fall in love with smelling the gym. Fall in love with that smell.
Right.
Like, just you gotta fall in love with the process, like.
Right, because that's real. I mean, because that separates the regular Joes to the superstars, to the cats that getting D1s offers, the cats is going to just killing it. You know what I mean? T. Clark didn't just he wasn't just a good player. He put in the work, and he fell in love with the process. You know what I mean? The Shabazz put in the work. The Michael Carter Williams put in the work. You know what I mean? So definitely just fall in love with the work and the process. And, at the end of the day, it's, see the light of
Shabazz. Shabazz wasn't a McDonald's All-American, but he's a 2-time national champion.
Right. And not a lot of people can say that.
Not a lot of people can't say that.
Right.
And he missed one year because UConn couldn't go to the tournament.
Right.
So he won 2 rings in 3 years.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You got it. It's lit, man. Man, right now I think you both hit it on the head, man. This is the season, this is the time, man. You really got to put in the work. And not only that, man, you got to do what others won't do so you can do what you want to do later.
Yeah, just don't dream, hustle, man. Just don't dream it. Go for it. Like,
right.
We always want to dream, but you ought to go for it.
Right.
Go
time to
for it.
go.
I'm gonna
It's
put
go
in the
time.
first.
It's go time, man. It's time to win some championships, man. And not only that, we got a three-time,
Three time.
three-time state championship in the building.
Yes,
You know, we want to give you your flowers, dog, as a leader, as a hoop legend all across this country. You know, as our T-Town brother, man, we praise you. We give you all your flowers now, man. You legit, you know what I mean, put the battery in a lot of guys' back. You mentored a lot of guys, you know, coming out of the city of Boston, man, and we salute you, man. We thank you for your contribution to the basketball community, and man, and however we can continue to support you. I mean, you're always welcome here, man, on the Talking Shit Sports Podcast, big homie.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate
already,
it.
man.
No doubt, no doubt. Y'all go subscribe to our Talk Your Shit YouTube channel. Follow us on IG at Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. Really lock in with us, man. Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, man. We can find some amazing journeys, some amazing inspiration, man, and just really understand that there's so many athletes, so many coaches, so many trainers out here that really get into it, that have some amazing journeys that really paved the way for a lot of us here today in the sports world, man. So we salute T, and we'll be back next week, y'all. It's all love. Peace.